very indebted to a man who can't be here, Michael Dempsey from Hutchinson's, who recognised me and commissioned a novel. It would never happen nowadays, on the strength of 3 chapters taken from the Grosseteste Review, circulation about 100, I should think. And that's one person I'm much indebted to. Ted Hughes, who lifted some poems out of a sludge pile for favourite in production 1. Ed Dawn, who took off my first pamphlet, the Galliard Press. Most of all, I suppose, a ghost. I don't know, really, I can't explain how I came to be so attached to Marina Tsvetaeva, but there is someone in this room who put a lot of work into making it a possible book to do. And I'm very grateful to Simon Franklin, who is here, for that. The first person who did little versions for me for that marvellous great Russian poet was Angela Livingston, who isn't here tonight. But she brought me into Russia. She took me to Russia. And it was really her, having translated her, which introduced me to Yevtushenko, Joseph Brodsky, Akhmadulina. So many people in Central Europe who came to me through that connection. So it seemed to me appropriate to read one translation, but perhaps first of all one poem of my own, because you know, yes, I was a late starter, funnily enough, having started so precociously, and the reason I was married with 3 children, some of them here with grandchildren, one of whom is playing a concert tonight and can't be here. And it was quite difficult in those days. I'm not sure it isn't always quite difficult to be married with children. I think it does indeed go with the territory. It's quite difficult to be a poet. Now, to work, I always worked. But poetry doesn't earn a great deal of money. So it's rather hard to justify nipping off on your own to do it, when there's the washing up to do, which you haven't done. Not to mention the socks to find that match and things like that. I really didn't think I would ever get out of that particular pleasant enough trap. And I thought there was something wrong with me, because I'm pre-feminist. And this is a poem written before I'd done anything very much. We were living, though, in the centre of Cambridge, overlooking a river. Patience. In water, nothing is mean. The fugitive enters the river. She is washed free. Her thoughts unravel like weeds of green silk. She moves downstream as easily as any cold water creature. Can swim between furred stones, brown fronds, boots and tins. The river holds equally. The trees hiss overhead. She feels their shadows. She imagines herself clean as a fish, evasive, solitary, dumb. Her dream, her prayer, to make peace with her own monstrous nature. And the monstrosity very simple. I wanted to be a poet. I don't say there weren't any poets. I tell you something, there weren't as many women poets then as there are now. And the next poem I'll read, just one poem. Of course, a little bit of paper's fallen out. It's a translation. It's a translation of the great teaching spirit, Marina Tsvetaeva, and she just had a broken love affair. I met the man, actually, that she was so upset by losing. And he was very attractive, I have to concede that. He was totally unworthy of her. Never mind. We all have reason for our jealousies. I certainly was writing this using just the bottom crib, the bottom of the Penguin Book of Russian verse, in fact. And a friend, sadly dead now, Marcia Enzensberger, who had her own reasons for valuing the poem and was recently separated from her husband, Hans Magnus. But this is not from the great sequence of poems, Poem of the End. It's actually a squibbly poem. It's not a really very nice poem. And actually, I'm not sure this book is quite as nice. But I needed very much something of her arrogance. And I'm just going to read it, a text of jealousy. How is your life with the other one? Simpler, isn't it? One stroke of the oar, then a long coastline, and soon even the memory of me will be a floating island. How is your life with an ordinary woman without Godhead? Are you fussing, flinching? How do you get up? The tax of deathless vulgarity. Can you cope with it, poor man? Scenes and hysterics, I've had enough. I'll rent my own house. How is your life with the other one? You that I chose for my own, more delicious, more to your taste isn't your food. Don't moan if you sicken. How is your life with a stranger from this world? Can you be frank, lover? How is your life? Are you healthy? How do you sing? How do you deal with the pain of an undying conscience, poor man? How is your life with a piece of market stuff at a steep price? How is your life with the dust of plaster now? How do you live with one of 1,000 women after Lilith? Satiate in the newness, are you? Now you've grown cold to magic. How is your life with an earthly woman without a sixth sense? Tell me. Are you happy? Not. In a shallow pit. How is your life, my love? Is it as hard as mine with another man?